What the what the yo, what the I'm never cruising again. Oh my god. All right, hey, what's up guys? This is Pete from the Boat Breakers. Got a brand new setup, so allow me to reintroduce myself. I love to break dance. I love long walks on the Lido deck. I love you. I'm pretty excited because today we're gonna be reading some unhinged cruise stories, and I will be reading them for the first time, so you'll have my reaction and hopefully I can get your reaction. All right, first up, we got from Spicy Frog. What are your craziest stories on a cruise? Writing a novel about cruise ship, corporate evils, and employee mischief, looking for inspiration from passengers and or cruise workers. Happy to hear your stories, especially those involving snobby rich people, corporate cruise culture, and work stories. My wife and I were in the pool in the back, adults only pool on the MSC Seaside. We were on the seashore. I saw someone at the side of the pool looking at me, but over my head with a horrified look on her face. I turned around and about 5 foot away from me, there was a huge turd. My wife and I scrambled out pretty damn quick. Keep in mind, this was an adults only pool, so this wasn't the work of a child. I was about to say, like, are you really that surprised? I've seen worse in pools, but if they're in the adults only section, someone has some explaining to do. Bruh. This torpedo came from an adult. They quickly roped off the pool and drained it. The funny part was that there were several maintenance people standing around looking at the turd at the bottom of the pool and arguing heatedly. I learned how to say "not my job" in about 4 different languages, and no, it was not a Baby Ruth bar. Interesting. What? My duck fell? No, not Ducky. When did he fall? How long ago? Not Mr. Ducky. You're chilling in a pool where you think, you know, kids aren't around, nothing bad can happen, and the worst happens. I was in a hot tub and I saw a kid drop a full ice cream cone into the hot tub, pull it out of the hot tub with no ice cream on it, and just eat the wet cone, and then I puked. So you got your drink in your hand, you just emptied out your 401 to take a cruise. I wanna know in the comments, you turn around and there's a big piece of poop behind you. Are you staying on the cruise or are you off at the next port? Because that's disgusting. I mean, even if you're going to guest service, they're not gonna do anything. They're probably gonna be like, oh my God, so sorry. And then as soon as you walk away, laugh behind your back, because you know I would do that. From Oceanic Alex, what is your craziest cruise story? My partner and I were invited to sit on the captain's table one evening. One guy was going on and on about his house, his cars, his trips, and of course the most expensive suite on the ship he was staying in. Then he said to me, "Are you staying in a suite?" I said, "No, we are in an inside cabin, 2nd floor." He then asked, "So why am I at this special table?" I replied, "Well, some people have money, others have charm and charisma." He shut up for the rest of the night. How is that a crazy cruise story? What the dude got him. He got, I guess. I went on a cruise with my boss and her family. It was really good time, except when one night her teen son failed to return to the room. She woke me up at 1:30 asking if her and her son came back to the room, and I said, "What?" We immediately got dressed and called customer service, evoking a very large search party on the cruise. We could not find him anywhere, and we started growing very concerned that something horrible had happened to him. We circled back to another open deck where we find him and a group of teens sleeping under the stars. They set up a whole camping situation in a pool on the pool deck. He was nestled between 2 girls, and my boss ended that very quickly. It's safe to say he stayed inside the room for the rest of the cruise. These stories suck. These stories suck. If you have cruise stories, please send them to us. I will blurt your name out and we could just get it read here, because I'm reading these stories and they're bad. They're just like everyday things. Oh my God, I couldn't find my teen. Something crazy could have happened. No, he was trying to kiss 2 girls at the same time, like every other teen in the world. On my December cruise, I picked up a stomach bug and spent a day in my room. When the steward came by to tidy up, I explained and told him that I just sit on the balcony while he was there. He offered to bring me some ice and I agreed and thanked him. He brought the ice and gave it to me on the balcony and cleaned the room. A bit later, I decided to go back inside and discovered the door was locked. He must have automatically locked it after handing me the ice. Took maybe 10 minutes before I heard the neighbor open their door and I called out to them. They got the steward to come in and let me in. What? I'm starting to second guess this whole fucking video. Like, I thought... Carnival Sunshine. My husband and I are sitting on the pool deck watching a movie, eating popcorn. The ship chimes and nothing for about a half hour. Then we hear, "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking." Bet you it was an Italian guy. It's always an Italian guy with spicy meatballs. "Just wanted to let everyone know that the fire is out. Repeat, the fire is now out. Enjoy your night." That'd be crazy. We have moved into BuzzFeed land. If you're not familiar with BuzzFeed, it is a social media conglomerate. And I'm not sure if I said that word right. I went on a bachelorette cruise over a decade ago with about 15 girls. Best trip ever. While there, I met the singer that would perform in the Latin club on the ship. He just so happened to look like an off-brand version of my favorite bachata artist. He was very hot. He caught my eye the first day. I caught his eye the second. And by the third, we were sneaking around and hooking up all around the boat. The girls I was on the trip with wouldn't make it to dinner most nights, thanks to the drinks package. And so after I went out a few that did make it, we would head over to his club and close it out. The girls would head back to their rooms and I would sneak away with him. I was only 21 and every second of it felt exciting having this man pursue me behind my friend's back. It felt forbidden. It wasn't. No one would have cared and I was single, but it was so much fun. These stories are so dumb. Okay, last BuzzFeed story. Crazy cruise story. This is your last chance, BuzzFeed. If this story is a bust. The same guest took a dump in the pool 3 days in a row. All these stories are revolving around feces. BuzzFeed, I'm done with you. Where's your editor? Are you reading this stuff? Here's a story. All right, let's see. I'll read a few more stories from Cruise Critic. Let's see if Cruise Critic is good. My husband came in late one night and did not realize there was chocolate on the pillow. When he woke up the next morning, he was covered in chocolate. Hard to believe such a small piece could spread so much. He had to make sure to tell the room steward it really was chocolate and it wasn't shit all over the bed. I had a similar situation happen to myself. In fact, it's pretty scary at first because you're not sure. And this man went to sleep on it, so he might have woke up thinking, I crapped myself. These stories are so dumb. Why did you give this to me?
It's supposed to be funny.
That's not funny. All right, guys, we're ending it here. I didn't find any of these stories to be that crazy. Send me your cruise stories. We're gonna make this a series. This is gonna be great. I'm out.
Can I hold this?
Yeah, I just cut it out.